What if the biggest obstacle to a historic Iran-US peace deal is not Tehran or Washington, but a powerful regional ally? Tonight, new intelligence reports raise questions about the future of Middle East diplomacy. The United States has reportedly intensified diplomatic efforts aimed at reducing tensions with Iran, signaling a possible shift toward negotiations after years of confrontation, sanctions, military threats, and deep political disagreements. Iranian officials have indicated interest in continued diplomatic engagement, hoping negotiations may ease economic pressure and reduce the risk of future military escalation across an already volatile region. After months of indirect communication and international mediation, both sides appear willing to explore potential compromises that could open a pathway toward greater stability and reduced hostility. However, new intelligence assessments suggest that several challenges remain. Among the most significant concerns are fears that external actions could disrupt negotiations before any meaningful agreement is reached. Attention has increasingly focused on Israel, whose leaders have consistently voiced concerns regarding Iran's military capabilities, regional influence, and the potential consequences of a future diplomatic agreement. Israeli officials argue that any deal must fully address security risks. They believe partial agreements could leave unresolved issues that might threaten long-term regional stability and national defense. The Middle East remains one of the world's most interconnected geopolitical arenas, where decisions made by one nation can quickly influence security calculations throughout the entire region. Many international leaders continue urging restraint, emphasizing that diplomacy remains the best option for reducing tensions and preventing another cycle of conflict in the Middle East. The outcome of these negotiations could significantly influence global energy markets, particularly because Middle Eastern stability remains closely connected to international oil production and transportation routes. Investors around the globe are carefully watching developments, understanding that successful diplomacy could improve market confidence, while renewed tensions might trigger economic uncertainty and volatility. Security agencies continue monitoring regional developments, concerned that unexpected incidents or miscalculations could rapidly escalate tensions and derail diplomatic efforts currently underway. Lebanon remains a critical factor in regional calculations, as ongoing tensions involving armed groups and border security continue influencing broader diplomatic and military considerations. Around the world, news organizations are analyzing every statement and development, reflecting the significance of negotiations that could reshape Middle Eastern politics for years. Although challenges remain substantial, supporters of diplomacy believe continued engagement offers the best opportunity to reduce hostilities and establish a foundation for future cooperation. History demonstrates that negotiations between Tehran and Washington have often experienced setbacks, making current developments both significant and highly vulnerable to disruption. Military planners throughout the region continue evaluating possible scenarios, recognizing that successful diplomacy or renewed confrontation could dramatically alter future security dynamics. Ordinary people across the Middle East remain hopeful that negotiations will reduce tensions and create opportunities for greater economic growth, security, and prosperity. Regional stability directly affects global trade routes, making the outcome of negotiations important not only for the Middle East, but also for the broader international economy. Governments around the world are carefully assessing the situation, recognizing that diplomatic success could reduce risks, while failure might increase geopolitical uncertainty. Experts suggest that the coming weeks may prove decisive as negotiators attempt to balance security concerns, political realities, and diplomatic objectives. The region now stands at an important crossroads, where decisions made by leaders could shape future generations and influence stability far beyond national borders. Will diplomacy overcome decades of mistrust and rivalry? Or will competing strategic interests prevent a breakthrough that many believe could transform regional politics? For now, uncertainty remains. Intelligence reports, political calculations, and regional security concerns continue influencing negotiations, whose outcome remains difficult to predict. The world is watching closely as this story continues to develop. For more breaking international news, analysis, and updates, subscribe to Capital Current and turn on notifications today.